We are here to catch up, honey. Catch up. 2 episodes of Salt Lake City. I'm behind 3. I watched 9 and 10. And even though I know what went on, I didn't really know what went on with all the clips. But I just have to say firsthand, Lisa, FanFest was in Miami last weekend. Lisa is still talking about Bronwyn. Lisa is saying that she is Two-Faced and that she is the one that's heavily produced. And Lisa does not know how to be a friend on this show. This is like her domain. And the fact that she's blaming Whitney for everyone's issues in this group is wild to me. Anyway, that's a fast forward. We need to be in the past episodes because I watched it. Did you watch? Because I watched it. So I'm going to be looking at my notes and we are going to see what is going on with these ladies. And it's a lot. It's a lot that's going on with them. I don't know how they go from there, but I guess we got to see the reunion. We'll see. So we get back. They're still in Palm Springs in California, and we are on the cusp of Todd saying that, Lisa and Bronwyn, they got to figure it out unless y'all got to go. He went and told Bronwyn, and Bronwyn was like, oh. And then Todd was like, okay, well, let's go have lunch. So John tells Lisa, maybe you and Bronwyn can talk alone. She's like, yeah, I don't want to do it in front of everybody else. They go have lunch and she brings it up in front of everybody else and then throws a dagger at Whitney, who was just down there just eating her lunch. She was just right there just eating her lunch. She just got a sniper. She did strays. Ain't got nothing to do with Whitney. But yet here you are doing the thing that you said you wasn't going to do. And then add in Whitney into the situation that she has no involvement in. None whatsoever. God, I don't understand. I don't understand it. So then John comes save everybody. Lisa's husband, John Barlow, comes in like Captain Save Everybody. And he was like, listen, did you ask her if she did it? Did you do it? No. Lisa did not say anything to you, blah, 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 blah. Solved. Like, I felt like Bronwyn. Oh, wow. How did we not know that John would just come in and say 2 things and it will just save everybody? Shut up. Like, what? Anyway, and then Lisa wants to get upset when, oh God, these husbands' names. Sean? Is it Sean? Angie's husband was getting involved and defending her, and then John was defending her, and she's like, why is he even getting involved? He's lucky I could see him from above the table. Like, we can't see you. We definitely can hear you before we see you. God, she's just insufferable to me. I don't know. I know there's a lot of people that love Lisa, but she is, I don't know, man. This is just a lot. So we're at this lunch table now. Everybody goes out of this, and then Todd is not with it. I don't know if they don't know, but Todd is not with it. So he's like, I'm leaving. What is going on? But I was like, no, stay here with me for a second. And I'm just like, Meredith's husband was, trying to break the ice and be like, let's go play volleyball, blah, 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 blah. They went to go play. They have a good day. And then nighttime comes. What was that signage? Like, it didn't make sense. RTB, I don't know what that was. That was the weirdest thing ever. It could have just said Todd and Bronwyn or BT or TB, like T and B. It was weird. It didn't make sense. So Bronwyn gets her $4 million necklace. Good for you, babes. And we're going to bypass how casual Meredith's husband was, as well as Lisa being mad casual. Okay. So we go to the dinner table and we're all, sitting around. Bronwyn and Todd, they do have like an awkward energy around them. Because I'm not a stan, but I want to see the good side. I want to say it's because Todd is not into the cameras and all of that, even though he doesn't, I would say don't mind it because he's filming and he signed off to film. It's still kind of awkward for him. But the way that she was talking and making all those jokes about their age difference, not the sex stuff, because you know housewives and sex stuff, it's kind of like their go-to to break the ice and stuff. But their exchange was very awkward, especially when she was toasting. It was very awkward. I don't know. And that awkwardness comes back when they go back home. Okay. So throughout this episode 9, Lisa has tried and tried and tried again to get an apology from Lisa. Lisa is not going to apologize to you. She is going to explain her side and what she sees and then say, I'm not in it. That's her MO. I've seen it for the 10 episodes. That's just what she does. She's not going to apologize unless someone apologizes to her first. And if she apologizes, it's not a real apology because she's going to go back and tell Heather or go back and tell Meredith, and it's going to be a whole new thing. And then they're going to think it's over, but then it comes back up again. She's going to be like, much like Meredith, I didn't really feel like the conversation went the way that it should. Blase, 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 blase. Like, it's kind of like, come on, something's got to give, man. Just have fun. Just have fun. I get y'all are traumatized because of Auntie and all of this sorcery that she was doing, but it's kind of like, get over it. Did y'all make her the godmother of y'all kids? Did you guys is it really a covenant that y'all are in, that you guys were bringing her into and trusted her, and now everybody's just so devastated? I don't know, I guess. And side note, is Alibaba getting a check from NBCU the way that they talk about this company every 5 seconds? Listen, Whitney, your jewelry looks like it's from Alibaba. If people want to pay $80 for it, let them pay $80 for it. The end. You got, how many other businesses? You got bath bombs, you got candles. It's okay. People are still going to buy it because they like you. It's fine. It's fine. You keep bringing it back up, it's going to destroy the business. That's what's going to happen. You believe in a blogger because you don't like Lisa is weird as well. Saying that he's a confident source, or they are confident sources at that time, nobody knew it was that, very, what's the word? A well-known blogger on YouTube. So it's like, and his stuff has been playing out online too. So they taking jabs at each other now. We'll see. Is another thing with Lisa is that when Bronwyn and her were talking in the pool after the indie event, she was like, I'm not even going to interpret the whole conversation. What Bronwyn wanted was for you to just say you're not a two-faced friend. That's all she was asking Lisa to do. So from Bronwyn's point of view, you not saying it, you think that I am. But at that point, I think Bronwyn was more upset that she was on Heather's side and not representing Bronwyn as, yes, this is my friend. That's not how I experience her. And she wasn't thinking outside the box of, my relationship with Lisa is not what I think it is. And she thinks that I'm two-faced because she cannot say that I'm not two-faced. I saw it. I think everybody else saw it. And I just feel like Bronwyn was probably more a friend to Lisa than Lisa was a friend to her. And that goes for Angie's relationship as well. Because back at the lunch table, her husband was saying that I've heard conversations on the other end of you talking to my wife, and it is abusive how you treat her. And I would say he's not lying. I think I believe him. So back to their little pool scene that, Ron was trying to fish for that apology and, for some type of quote unquote explanation as to why she's maneuvering the situation that she is. Bronwyn goes back to our favorite line and she says, I'm going to put the bar on the floor so you could trip over it. Do you think that I'm a two-faced friend? Then here come Lisa in her confessionals. It's hard for me to say. If you think the girl is two-faced, tell her to her face that she's two-faced. You not telling her that she's not two-faced is two-faced. Do we not see the irony here? Do we not see the hypocrisy? And then she's like, I love you. That's why I'm here. And then when they get back to Salt Lake, she's like, I felt very bad that I was there and you weren't there. It felt very icky. I'm like, what? What is going on? Lisa she incites everybody. Bronwyn says that Heather incites. I guess they're two sides of the same coin because they both incite each other and they tell the story completely different than what happened. So then it can turn into this big bomb that, oh, see, I told you so, cleans it up. Like, it's weird. It's weird how those two operate.
It's very, very weird how they operate. Like, it's just... Someone I heard online somewhere, like, they know they're on a show. They know that they produce a show. They know they have to create drama. But it's kind of like the producers are in on it, too. As in to say, well... Because they have like these funny beginnings. They have all these intros, like when they went to Milwaukee and they had the Laverne and Shirley. Like it's a show. They are entertaining us. And yes, all of this is entertainment. But sometimes it's kind of like, where does a little bit of the reality come in? Because the delusion that Lisa lives in and the delusion that Meredith thrives on, it's just very baffling to watch. It's very, very baffling to watch. And there's no understanding it as a lay person watching it as a spectator. It's kind of like, what world would that be okay for you to treat somebody like that and then turn around and do the exact same thing, then adding things to it and then inciting a whole drama every time you guys sit down and eat? It's always something. It's literally always something. It's crazy. Now, from all of that, now everyone's at the dinner table and Meredith brings up exactly what I stated. She brings up that Whitney, it's the dinner. Whitney's husband is kind of like, I should have expressed myself a little bit better, which he should have. I agree. He should have expressed himself better, but she did incite him, involve him in the situation where he did not need to be involved. Fine. He apologized. She apologized because, he apologized. And then he had a confessional. Whitney's husband had a confessional and he said, I'm skipping ahead because I get to this dinner because the most important thing at this dinner table is Meredith talking to Sean, Angie's husband, about what he said about her son. Now, Angie was going around, not Angie, pardon me. Meredith was going around spreading a rumor. She was going around spreading a rumor, inciting and insinuating that Sean was not straight. And supposedly, the way Angie tells it, is that she got ate up online. And when she got caught in her spreading of the said rumor that she said that she heard and did not start, because she didn't start it. She said she was just giving information that she saw online. And Sean was on a podcast. Sean's podcast, he said, well, it seems like she was leveraging her son in order to make herself look good. That was the only sentence. That was maybe a little bit more, a little bit less after, but that was the context. It seems like she was leveraging her son in the LGBTQ community to make herself look better. Meaning that I would never do that because my son is. You see where I'm going with this? That is what Sean was talking about. He didn't say nothing bad about her son. He didn't say, she puts him on the show because he's part of that community. He didn't say anything degrading. He was straight talking about her and what she has already said in an interview. So here come Meredith's husband. I wish I would remember his name. I want to call him Sean too. I don't know what these men's names are. I'm so sorry. And because Whitney and her chirping, show us the proof. Show us the proof. Here he go reading a reality T blurb title saying that Angie's husband incites that she's using her son because he's in the LGBTQ community. Like, you're reading a actual title of a gossip blog, which some of them stuff may be true, but I'm just saying you're just reading the title. And him going, Byung, I was like, what are you right now? Like, what are you right now? Are you being so for real? At the dinner table in front of people a couple that you just met and 3 other couples that you don't know, you're carrying on like this on the table? For me, it's not even a man-woman thing. It's you're being involved in something that doesn't concern you in a reference of, you should have said something in the beginning. Meredith was the only one trying to stick up for herself. You don't never say nothing. It's weird. And just like Justin said, the men tried to make a pact, and lo and behold, when they made the pact, guess who wasn't there? You're not there to defend your wife. She got to defend herself all the time. And then she makes herself into the victim. So it's kind of like, y'all got to get it. Y'all got to get it together. Y'all got to get it together. So we're going to cut to Mary and her son. Mary, I want to hug you when I say this. And we all know that you already know, right? We all know that Mary already knows what her son is on. I don't know. How do I rephrase this? Let me rewind. I don't know what her son is on. He on something. She knows that he's on something. She's trying to, and the fact that he was even able to like sign off and be in front of the camera, I commend him for that. But I'm going to talk about this scene and this scene only. Mary went into her son's room and he is laid up with his wife. I don't know why it's in I don't know why it's in quotation marks. They married, maybe not conventionally married, but they call themselves husband and wife. That's probably what it is. The 2 of them are on the bed. Mary comes in and she sits down in this boy's room. And I sit down there and I'm sitting watching this scene and she's watching her son. And I'm looking at, and I'm thinking, where is his dad? Where is her husband? Like, what? Did we get an explanation as to where he's at? Like, what's going on? What's really going on with that? That's the question that I had on my mind. And then when I saw them two, like the conversation she's having with him, or it's a regular parent saying, I am trying to teach you life skills. You're not listening. You're not ready for the real world, which he is not. You look at these 2 individuals in the bed. When they was eating that Cinnabon, I said, they are dusted, baby. Like, this is, they are not comprehending what you're saying, Mary. Even the way that they look at each other, the way that they're talking, it's just like, oh God. It must have took everything in her to say, okay, I'm going to go up here and we're going to have this scene. I pray that he's not. But deep down, she knows that he is. And it's just like, Mary. Whatever they were trying to hide, your body language and the way that y'all are acting and the things that you say, we as the spectators already know. So there's no reason to hide it, babe. We already know. Your mama been knew. And I want better for him. He's only 22 years old and he got a lot of learning to do. And I'm glad that Mary took ownership as the fact that she did spoil her son, because, you know, she did not have that motherly figure, just like Angie. It's kind of like, I am overly protective of my kid. And that overprotection is kind of what is like a kryptonite to kids. Some kids thrive in that, some kids don't. And it's a hard balance. The hardest thing on earth is to balance life. That's the hardest thing on earth, is to balance life. Balance another person that you gave birth to, balance another person that you love and have to consider. Like, balance is hard. And in that scene, I didn't feel bad for Mary, because I sympathized with Mary. I had empathy for her, because I'm sure she walked up them stairs wishing that he was just in there being Robert Jr., but he was in fact being Robert Jr. I don't know what else to say about that. And I'm sorry that she has to go through that with her son. I'm sorry that he chose that path for himself, thinking that that would help him in any type of way, or even have fun with it, and then now he can't control it. There's that. I'm not talking anybody else's kid. I just hope that the next episode where the two of them are talking, I just hope that at the point that we are now in the timeline of life, he's doing better. At least getting up and going outside, like Mary said. Lord Jesus. So what we're going to talk about now is Bronwyn and Todd. Oh God, Bronwyn and Todd. And this is all episode 9, a sprinkle of 10. But episode 9, the end of episode 9 it's not like a hard to watch. It was kind of cringy and awkward to watch, because it's kind of like Todd is mothering Bronwyn, and I guess that is the dynamic of their relationship. It's really trying to find the words, and I feel like they love each other, but the dynamic, of course, is very different, especially when you're almost 30 years apart, right? He lived a whole life before she was even born. And I sympathized with her when she was in her confessionals, and she was like, Todd doesn't like emotions, and he doesn't like it outwardly, and he doesn't like it in the house either. He's very straight to the point. I don't want to, and I feel like I know that type of person. It's either you're going to show your emotions, I'll give you 6 seconds to show them. If you show up and show out, I'm not having it. And I agreed with him when he said, these group of women are taking you to the gutter. Mind you, Bronwyn came in blazing. This is Bronwyn, not in front of Todd. Or if it's in front of Todd, he thinks it's funny kiki because it's just them. Because she went on Viall Files and she said Todd likes the mess, but he likes a certain kind of mess, obviously. Because you're telling your wife you ruined the day because you were screaming at people. Ruin the day? Are you serious right now? Like, you didn't even ask her why you were acting like that. It wasn't in the scene. Why are you acting like that? Why are you screaming like that's not yourself? Why are you going to their level? That I would understand. But you saying you weren't acting like yourself, you letting these women drag you to the gutter, and you ruined the day with your screaming. Huh? I don't know. I ain't like that. I did not like that at all when he said that to her. And then she needs his approval, because without it, what is there? You know what I'm saying? And that's a weird dynamic to have in a relationship. It's a very weird dynamic. And Whitney and her husband are kind of like, they have like the same type of age difference. I think theirs are a little bit less. I'm not sure. But Justin seems like he wants to be Whitney's age. He doesn't act like he's older than her. They're kind of like on the same level mentally. I think like Todd is just on this, we gotta go. We can't deal with all these outside negative noise. We gotta go. If you gotta cry, not now. If you gotta talk about it, not now. Not, especially not in front of these cameras. And a lot of people were saying that, well, maybe it was from a different party, but the scene where he shut down Wet, I was all for it. I was all for him shutting that conversation down. And I don't believe Angie was being malicious. I just think she was just inquiring of information that she found out. And Bronwyn, I think Bronwyn felt that as well. Excuse me. And I think that's why she was giving information. But Todd was like, we're not talking about those people. We're definitely not talking about my stepdaughter because she's not here. And we're not doing this. That's it, the end. When Bronwyn said, I thought that like, these women would embarrass me. No, Todd embarrassed me. I feel like I'm glad that she was able to criticize him on camera. It just means that maybe their conversations, there's more conversations to be had in their marriage. That's all there is for that. So they're back in Salt Lake City, baby. Get to Salt Lake City. We got to talk about Meredith's husband leaving, even though he stayed a day. And he's only leaving like a couple of hours before that they leave. So it's kind of like, why did you even have to go? Why couldn't you just go at the same time? I don't know. What does he do? Can somebody explain to me what he does? Y'all let me know. Please. Let me know what he does. And he left. He was telling everybody bye. Here go Angie and her husband and Whitney and her husband talking about, well, he's always gone. And this and this and that. It's kind of like, man, I don't know what in the world could even be going on in their relationship. And then she's just like, Meredith is like, he's always gone. What does he do? What is his job? Somebody tell me that it's just so important that he got to go to Ohio. What's in Ohio? Now we are back. We are now back in Salt Lake City, Utah. And of course, Lisa got to brief Heather with the wrong information on what happened in Palm Springs, California. And I just have to say, I do not believe Heather Gay did not know what kemosabe is. She's been on this show for 5 years now. I'm sure she knows Kyle Richards and Kathy Hilton. Kyle has been to kemosabe 18,000 times on Beverly Hills. She talks about it 15,000 times. You are in the universe. You live in the state, in the city where the place is. You cannot tell me you did not know what kemosabe was. I don't believe you. This is what I'm saying. Like, you say things to make people ask the question, and then you make this little quirky story about, I thought it was a sushi place. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Please. So this is where Lisa tells her, oh, I was sick that you weren't there. And it felt weird that I was there and you weren't there, blah, blah, blah. And then she gives her the rundown with extra information that was not necessary about how she was going to get kicked out, which that part was true. But she put a lot of adjectives on Todd. And, Heather was trying to be about it and saying, bring it on. So Bronwyn is gonna bring it. So here we go. So it's kind of like the Lisa version of what happened at the lunch and how she blames Whitney for everything and how she felt like, and then after all of that conversation, she's gonna say, I think that I left in a good place with Bronwyn. What in what world, babe? You complain about sitting in Coach. I don't wear Coach and I don't sit in Coach. Girl, let me tell you something. Coach was the first luxury brand before even all these other non-leather luxury goods have been out there. So watch yourself. Not too much. Not too much. So it's kind of like she's going to Lisa. She's going to Heather, giving her all the information because, we girls and this is us. This is our thing. So me and you, we locked in. Right? And all of that conversation just made me think, and it proved that Bronwyn was in a different type of relationship with Lisa than Lisa was with her. And the whole thing between the three of them, Heather, Lisa, and Bronwyn, was that Bronwyn was very much in a place where, why are you defending her more than me? You know me as well. So Bronwyn was trying to make Lisa the bridge, and Lisa was just the troll holding the gate. That's basically what it is. You can come in. What's the password? How many coins do you have? Like, she was not just an open bridge, ushering Bronwyn into this girl group. She was not. She was very much a roadblock. She was very much a troll. And a hypocrite. Because you giving her a conversation of, oh, I love you. And when Lisa says she loves you, I want a hug. That's just her, oh, that's cute. If you like it, I love it. That's her, I love you to a friend. Like, it's really just a pacifier. Her I love you to friends is a pacifier. It really is. Because you cannot tell somebody that you love them, do all these things, and then go back to another person and then incite rage and upset to bring it up so you can look like, I don't know what you're trying to do. What is this? Why are you so adamant of shutting Bronwyn and Angie out? It's weird. It's weird how you're trying to isolate them, Lisa. Meredith, you are on a whole nother level. I already said that, but we gonna get to you, babes. So the bangs was a trip. Please. Bronwyn called octopus, and it did look like an octopus. Kind of did. Angie's story about her mom and speaking to her dad. I think Angie's a gem. I think Angie's very truthful in this whole situation that is Real Housewives. Does she stir stuff up? Of course she does. Everybody does. That's part of like the job description, right? But that story about her mom and her being a helicopter parent and them doing that flashback with Elektra about, you know, you're everywhere and every time I'm not able to breathe or move, basically is what Elektra is saying. But you get why, like I said prior, like how Mary and Angie are with their kids, because they didn't have that. So they're trying to compensate and make sure that everything is okay. And like I said, some kids thrive in that situation and some kids don't. And Elektra, she's thriving. And I guess I don't know why she's thriving, it's just different kids. And I just want Angie to know that she's doing a good job, because we ain't never been parents before. Like, seriously, we only seen what we've seen. And we either do the same thing or we strive not to do the same thing. I think that Angie and her dad are a gem, and I welcome that calm scene. Now we are going to brunch. We are going to brunch at Mary's house. Their little cutscenes and production that they have for this show is hilarious. I love it so much. Like, I do. So Mary's having her breakfast at Tiffany's, or brunching at Mary's. And Bronwyn shows up in her yellow, which was not on theme, but she looked good. Her hair looked cute. And Awkward Bronwyn is hilarious. And she's just like, I'm here. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a drink so I can have something to do with my hands. And so then everybody else starts to trickle in. Meredith comes with her bang. And Bronwyn made a joke, there's no clip-ins left when they're dealing with us. Yikes. So Mary finally comes down. Everybody come in. Brittany come later. Whatever. Brittany, I don't know. I can see why her and Heather are friends. That's all I have to say about that. So they're all at the table, and Mary's basically there trying to be the mediator, because she heard through the grapevine, I'm sure Angie was the vine, and told her what all went down. And Heather walks in even before they even sit down and she says she's serving see you next Tuesday, but it seems like you do that every day. Like, when is there not a time that you don't serve that? You serve it, then you want everybody to ask the questions, and then you want to go rah, 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 rah. So, everybody could think you big and tough and hard. That's your MO. That's what's been going on. This is your persona that you've been pursuing or portraying, I should say. And I don't know why that is. That's for you and your therapist, I guess. I don't know. So we get to this place. They're sitting down. Everybody's having a little chit chat. Then Brittany walks in mad late. And so she is like, hi, everybody, blah, blah, blah. So who went to Palm Springs? Just the 5 of you. Everybody looks tan. She about to say, well, I wasn't invited, right? Girl, you was out here talking about Bronwyn and how this and how that. You expect to get invited somewhere? Bye. No, you are not on the menu today. You are not on this menu. You're not coming to celebrate my wedding. And you told me that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So she's like, Brittany, girl, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I just wish Mary was on this trip at Palm Springs. It would have been hilarious. Brittany, you were not missed. You were not missed. So here Brittany goes saying, I wasn't invited. The only person that, I invited somebody somewhere and they came and brought me wine. So you telling me you on national TV, still a Mormon, or still a Mormon, I guess, and you're drinking wine, and you're mad at Angie because she gave you something that you like, but it was in front of them? Like, girl, you can't be acting like that. You can't be acting like that. It's ridiculous. Your whole argument that you had about that wine was dumb. The end, period. We sticking a pin in Brittany. So then the one Heather opens up her mouth and says, well, I wasn't invited. And she was like, good thing I wasn't there because I heard things about Todd. And Bronwyn was like, oh, cute, Lisa. Cute. She was like, cute, me? Like, she didn't do anything. Like, this is what baffles me with Lisa. Every time someone says something about her and what she's done, me? Yeah, you. You are the only person that can go to Heather and say X, Y, and Z about Todd. She's like, I don't want to get to know him. She's like, you don't even know me or my husband, and you have so much to say. She's like, the only thing I know about him is like, he doesn't have a prenup with you. He collects Starbucks mugs, and he likes to kick people out of vacation. It seems like there's a person that I don't want to get to know. From there, I would have been noted. Dot. The end. Like, we're good. We're good. Bronwyn has this thing that she has to be good with everybody. And babes, if you're going to come back next season, you got to learn just how to be a castmate like the rest of them. Because they have a pact. You're not involved. You see how Lisa treats her good friends. Like, Angie and her were on the phone every day. And Angie finally stood up for herself. And look what's happening. You're standing up to, who is this Lisa that I'm seeing? And look what's happening to you. Like, I mean, they made a path forward, I guess, about, I really Bronwyn's like, I really want to get to know you and, things of that nature. But I don't believe it. I don't believe any of it, to be honest. I think Heather holds a grudge. She will pretend to be over it, but just like Meredith, here we go, pretending to be over something and then brings it up again. Her and Whitney are going at it. First of all, Whitney, you snatching her phone, you would have got snatched. Period. Period. And Meredith, what you were playing is nothing what you're saying. He was not talking about your son. He was talking about you using the LGBT community to make yourself look better because you were spreading rumors about that man. Like, you did so much things and then now you're the victim. It's weird. It's weird. So now Heather and Whitney are going back and forth, and then they stop that. I think I have it backwards, the timeline, but that happened when Meredith and Angie were having a conversation about it, right? Angie was like, well, I don't want to go in the past. If you would like to, but I just don't want to. It could have been taken either way, honestly. Whitney did incite and, some rage because Angie was thinking about it and she was just like, are you trying to threaten me? Maybe I'm not sure. It could have been taken either way, and I think Meredith knew that, and I think that if it went left, she was ready with her phone, immediately ready with her phone. Like, come on now. So it was really just a whole situation, and then all of a sudden they're yelling at each other. Angie's standing up and screaming at Meredith. And Mary, the host, and this is her home. This is not no rented space. This is her home. And you guys are hollering and screaming. And she's like, you guys need to calm down. Stop yelling. Stop yelling. Stop yelling. Okay, if you guys don't stop yelling, you guys have to go. Here go Meredith. Well, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. And she's like, Mary's like, what? You just gonna go? You're not gonna be quiet? You're just gonna leave? You're not gonna be quiet? She's like, no, you hurt me. Did you not say that I get to get out? You told me to get out. She was like, but I'm telling you to be quiet so I can help you guys get through this, basically. And she's like, no, you hurt me. You told me to get out. Now everybody can blah, 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 talk about me, and I have to now again defend myself. Oh, Lord. I can't. I can't understand it. Mary, though, by the way, Mary was like, thank God. Mary's like, her and them bangs could go. The bang. The bang. But what I'm saying is that Mary is just hilarious. Oh, and side note, who would have thought that Jared would be in Mary Cosby's DMs? I need to know the context of all the texts that were in there because, and I'm with you, Mary. You don't need to tell Brittany nothing. You don't need to tell Brittany nothing. I don't know. These 2 episodes were very much like Delusion City. Because they were all over the place. First you're friends, now you're not friends. You come on the show, we're barely friends. Then you're two-faced, and then now you and Heather are besties. It's just kind of like, where did the chips fall? Where does the loyalty lie? Are we just friends on this show? Like, it's really, people got to, put their boots on and tie them laces tight because it's war out here. It's war out here at these Salt Lake City streets. Oh, Lord. That's all I got to say for them 2 episodes. My jaw was dropped half the time just looking at Lisa, Heather, and Meredith just be like, are y'all for real? And apparently Whitney is going to turn on Bronwyn. I can't wait for that. I can't wait to see what happens with them. I cannot wait because Whitney is very much a turncoat. She very much is. She's all, think that, it's just a mess. I'm done. I'm lost for words at this point. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about these last 2 episodes. There's a new episode that came out this week, and I will wait to watch it. If y'all watch it, tell me. Because I'm going to watch it, but... Woo, child. These ladies at Salt Lake is something else. Tell me what you guys think. We are at the end. I have given my thoughts, and yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what's going on. What are you guys watching? Bye.